Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sky Taylor and this is Homeschool of Chaos. I'm a hot mess homeschool mom of 3 and I show you the very real and messy and chaotic side of homeschool. I really wanted to have a video showing you guys my homeschool plan for the year. However, it's kind of a lot, so I might have to break this up into multiple parts. So for today, I'm just gonna go over what I actually have ready, which is my homeschool routine. So let me show you what I've got. All right, welcome to my kitchen. That is way too small. Okay, so let me start by telling you what my schedule has looked like over the past year. The beginning of last school year, we were doing a lot of deschooling because just bringing up school brought up a lot of animosity and some anxiety and some bad feelings. So we took it easy for quite a while. And it wasn't until January that we started getting back into it and, trying to repair that relationship with school and learning. Once we got back into it, I'm not a morning person, y'all. I am not a morning person at all. I want to be, I strive to be, I envy those who are, but I am not a morning person. If you have any cheat codes for me to magically become a morning person, that would be amazing, but I'm not. And I think that sets my day up for failure right from the get-go. But so this is what my schedule has kind of looked like. Grayson wakes up at 7 and he'll usually come in and start demanding things like food and drink and candy and I don't know, chips, popcorn, cookies. He just starts demanding everything. He wants to watch Vlad and Nikki, and he wants to he needs me, he needs my attention, but I am dead tired and just sleeping, and I can't do it. Shortly after Grayson wakes up, Daxton will wake up and he comes in and he sits on my face. He's a little harder to ignore, so usually needs a diaper change, so I'll get up and change his diaper. I'll grab an easy snack that causes little damage, like graham crackers, put them in the room with a movie, and I go back to bed. Caroline wakes up around 8 and she just grabs her phone and she is occupied. I don't hear from her until she's just ravenously hungry. I'll get up and eventually start making food, breakfast. I'm not really in a good mood. And because of that, my kids aren't in a good mood either. I have not started them off in a good way. So I think a lot of our chaos is just from our mornings. So I want to try and correct that this year. I really, really want to work on this. So I did make a schedule and we are going with a block system. Still give us some flexibility, which is something that I love about homeschool. I love the flexibility. I love that we don't have to do it when or where or even what we say we're gonna do. We can do whatever we want. But I do want to be held accountable to it as well. But I really think if I can wake up before the kids do and just have a little bit of me time, a little bit of centering time, planning time, whatever, just sometime before the kids wake up, I think that my day could go so much smoother. I can be ready for them when they wake up so that I can give them the things that they need in the mornings and, address all of those needs, work on my mood in the mornings, and I think that the day can go by so much smoother. See, the only problem with waking up before my kids wake up is that means I have to wake up at 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. I think I could handle 7. 6 is just, that is painful. That is painful. So I'm gonna have to learn how to go to bed earlier which is really going to be a struggle because that's time that I spend with my husband, but it's going to happen. We're going to do this and it's going to be okay. I'm going to prioritize this because my kids deserve having me present and awake and alive. Anyway, but I do have a block schedule that I wrote up, and I am using, I actually just laminated this and taped it into my planner. Oh my gosh. Supposed to be taking a nap. Does anyone else lock their kids in the room? I'm just curious. Is that mean? But I mean, if I didn't lock him in there, he wouldn't take a nap. And I mean, he's not taking a nap right now, obviously. When they're little, we put them in cribs to keep them safe, right? And I think of it as his crib just expanding, getting bigger. But yeah, he's locked in his room. I think today's gonna be one of those days that he doesn't take a nap though. Apologize about the background noise. So I got this block schedule off of from Jordan Page. If you don't follow her, she's great. She is a lovely person, and she actually is also from Utah. Yeah, Jordan, we should hang out. We'd get along. Anyway, so I got this from Jordan Page. It's my daily block schedule. And actually I'd never even heard of block scheduling until I started following Jordan Page. But basically the idea is that you have your day broken up into chunks or blocks. So instead of saying at 6 a.m. I'm going to wake up, at 7 a.m. I'm going to drink my coffee, at 8 a.m. I'm going to write in my diary, I don't know, whatever. Instead of, being very specific and having your times laid out specifically with the task, this gives you chunks of the day when certain tasks will be performed. And if you think of it like high school, like a traditional public high school, they have subjects that they will work on, and when that class is over, the bell rings, they close their books and they move on to the next class. And they are no longer thinking about the previous class, they're now on the new class. So basically, I have my day blocked out into these blocks. So I have morning, learning, lunch break, unschool, free time, and dinner and bedtime. So I have that labeled right up across the top here. So morning through dinner time. And then the times that those blocks are. So we have, morning time is 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. By 9 a.m. we should be done with our morning stuff. Even if I wake up at 8, we can have most of that wrapped up by then, apart from chores. But I do have that also throughout the rest of the day. That's just another thing that I want the kids to work on specifically, is to help me out with some of the home tasks, because they do live here. And that is something we really struggle with. And it's something that I have a really hard time keeping up with. Yeah, because it's kind of hard to balance all of everything, doing the homeschool stuff and the cleaning and the cooking and how many times they eat a day? They eat so much, oh my gosh. Anyway, next we have our learning block, which is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that's when we will work on our core subjects, reading, writing, and math. Once our core subjects are done, there's some other things that we can work on too, like handwriting, social studies, science learning, etc. I mean, it's 2 hours of learning. And here's the thing. So Mondays and Thursdays are going to be different, and also Fridays are different. And Mondays and Thursdays just during this learning block are different. So Mondays are the day that I do a lot of my cleaning and laundry. It's kind of my catch-up week. It's also when I try to film my videos. They're gonna read and do some pages out of their Brain Quest book, probably just whatever pages they want to do, things that they can do without me having to sit right next to them and teach and, hold their hand. And then Thursdays, we're either going to go to the park, the library, the zoo, or Thanksgiving Point. So the zoo and Thanksgiving Point are some of the two memberships that we have. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to do our, schoolwork stuff. We might just take our schoolwork to the park or take our schoolwork to the library, or we might be doing, learning at Thanksgiving Point because, they have a ton of resources there and it's all hands-on. And I think, especially for the little ones, I think that that's way better than any kind of book work. So, that learning block, what we do within it is pretty flexible, but we're still always going to have that 2-hour learning block. And then we're gonna have our lunch break from 11 to 12:30. Obviously it's not gonna take that long to make them lunch and eat, but this is also our break time, and it's when they should get outside and go play and get some wiggles out. If we did not do morning chores, we would do some chores during this block as well. So next we have our unschool block, which is from 12:30 to 2:30. So another 2 hours of school time. So total we'll have 4 hours of learning time, 2 hours for our core stuff and 2 hours for their free learning time. So they're still not gonna have their phones or really any other technology, video games, things like that. I can turn on specific YouTube videos for them. If there's something that they want to learn about specifically. And they can also watch some educational shows like Wild Kratts or The Magic School Bus, or those kind of educational shows. So it's just the time that they can work on some of those things that they're passionate about. And it's their time for self-discovery. They can work on hobbies, science experiments, projects, building, blocks, art, pretty much anything that we have in the homeschool closet, kinetic sand, Play-Doh, whatever. Caroline had this little spark of curiosity about sewing, which I think is amazing because I don't really sew. And so if that's something she wants to pursue, this would be a great time for her to work on her sewing skills. But you know what? Not all sparks of curiosity turn into passions, and that is why I think it's important to have this time. So, maybe she decides, I tried out sewing and I didn't really like it. Wasn't very good at it. I don't really want to continue doing it. Not something I'm passionate about. Move on to the next thing. And it's fine. It's fine. But that's what that time's for, so that they can find the things that they are passionate about and the hobbies that they do want to work on, and really start working towards their own personal goals and development. Next is our free time. Yay! It goes from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. or until dinner time. So this is probably the only time that's going to have a little bit of a fuzzy line. That's when, at the beginning of the block, they can have a snack and have some water, because once dinner's over, they get their water cut off, because we've had some bedwetting problems, so no water for them. So during free time is when they can have their phones or their tablets or their YouTube or video games. They can go play with friends, they can go outside, they can do whatever they want. That's their free time. And then we have dinner and bedtime routine, which is dinner and bedtime routine. So Fridays are the days that we are not following this to the T, because Fridays are our friend Fridays. We like to schedule a play date with a friend, and it's not always at the same time, and that's why I don't really have a schedule for it. But we don't do any school stuff on Fridays. I'll have a video all about my friend Fridays because I think that our social life is so much better with homeschool than it ever was with public school. And I think that that is something that a lot of people fear about homeschool, that they won't have that social time. We do have to be more mindful about it, but it's been great. So I think they get a lot more quality social time. Anyway, so that's my block schedule. In the next video, I'll probably go over the rest of our plan. I'm still doing a lot of planning. I'm still gathering materials and adding things to our homeschool space, and figuring out what is most important to us, what memberships we're going to continue, all that jazz. All right, well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember, if you are not following me over on Instagram, go over there and follow me. It's homeschool_of_chaos. Post a lot over there, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want updates on my new videos. I post every Friday and maybe some in between for the kids' videos. Anyway, peace, love, and chaos. Bye. I'm gonna be editing forever. Very rambly today. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Love. At least the kids are quiet now. You guys want to see behind the scenes? Okay. So I got this cute little corner set up. I got my pineapple that we're probably gonna eat later. And ooh, I got something in my teeth. Did I do the whole video with something in my teeth? Well, hopefully that's not noticeable. So my cute little setup. Dun dun dun. My wall is jacked. Vacuum. Dun 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 dun. I had to like move the trash out of the shot because my trash can usually goes like right there, which it might have hid anyway. But yeah, I promised chaos, so I may have. I'm trying to have these polished videos, but the chaos and the mayhem still exists. So there you go. You're welcome. So hold on, buddy. I think I want to be able to, give it the amount of time that it deserves. I want to be able to give my kids the amount of time that they deserve. It's funny that I'm saying that while Daxton is banging on the door, screaming at me. Shh. Is it wine time yet?